All right, y'all. It's your girl, Moo Legend, Time to Shine Radio. We back like we never left, and we are here with our next guest, Mr. Terence, the amazing author. How are you today?
I'm good. Glad to be here with you.
Yes, finally. Long time coming, right?
I know. Long time.
Yes, way overdue. My man is in the building. So, Terence, introduce yourself to the world.
I am Terence Hover, the author of Money Matters Made Easy, a guide to financial literacy for kids and teens.
Okay.
Co-owner of Tech Genius.
Hey.
Digital creator, entrepreneur.
The whole nine.
I don't know what to say about myself.
You the
I
man.
do so many things.
Right. You can't keep up, right?
Right.
So let's dig into these books first, because you're an amazing author. So your books are about financial wealth. Is that right?
Financial literacy.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Financial literacy for children, teens, adults, everyone.
Children. The first two books is for. The first book is for financial literacy for kids.
Okay.
8 to 12 years old.
Okay.
And then there is the financial literacy book for teenagers, 13 and up. I would say 13 to 19.
Okay.
And then in May, I'm publishing a new book. It's for health and financial literacy.
Health
and how they
financial
codependent on each other.
Okay, I love that. So the books that you came out with for the youngins, what made you do that? Because that is needed, first of all, obviously, because the books are selling like hotcakes. So what made you come up with that concept?
I'm always talking to my kids about financial literacy.
Okay.
I have a 23-year-old, 21-year-old, and a 12-year-old.
Okay.
So the 12-year-old thinks she's rich.
Okay.
The older kids are like, Dad, we didn't grow up like that.
Right.
But
different times.
Yeah, different times, different struggles.
Right.
So I'm always talking to them about financial literacy, bank accounts, credit, investing. And as I was teaching, I was talking to my 12-year-old, I thought about it and I said, no one has ever told me anything about financial literacy.
Okay.
Growing up.
Wow.
Like I learned the hard way.
Okay, right.
About credit.
Get it out the mud.
Right. So while I was teaching her and talking to her, I started taking notes and I was going to just do Facebook posts.
Okay.
And, with stuff that I thought people should know. And I had enough notes that I decided to put it into a book. Okay. And I figured this would be very much needed, and especially in our community.
Yes, it is definitely needed. So the demographics. What made you choose like the kids like 10 and under, and then the 13 and older? What made you choose those demographics?
Originally, the demographics come from like my daughter. She was 12.
Okay.
So I started teaching her and talking to her about financial literacy since she was 7, 8 years old.
Oh, so she got it by this point.
From the moment she started asking for money and wanting to spend it, and I had started teaching her the value of money,
right?
What money is, the value of money, how to use money, how to not let the money use you,
right?
All of those things are important.
Oh yes, it is. Okay, and she got it now at 12.
She got it.
She got it. She's trying to act like she don't.
It's still money, still growing trees, right?
Right, exactly. Because you're dad,
right?
And she don't have any bills, so hey, you're dad.
Right.
We all miss those days. So the money. So what is the value of money? Like, give us a breakdown or like a little sneak peek.
The value of money. Money is money. You give money value. So say you have this product, and that product to you is worth $20.
Okay.
Now, to me, it might not be worth $20.
Okay.
But you put the value of $20 on that, so that's what I'm going to have to pay unless I can negotiate a different rate.
Okay. I got you on that. So, with that, when you're saying financial literacy, because a lot of kids, because when I was coming up, we used to get allowance like every Friday. I don't know, do kids still get allowance or no?
Nah, they got a forever flow, right?
Oh,
They get, so yeah.
And that's different times, right?
Different times.
Right.
You know?
So now, instead of getting allowance, is it just like, is it a structured thing, or as far as understanding how money works, or how often, like, if your kids want to go to the mall with their friends or whatever, like, whatever they want to do, like, how do you teach them financial literacy so that they understand it?
Well, what I do is I show them. I come from all angles.
Okay.
All right. So you want to go to the movies? How much is this movie going to cost you?
Right. Well, that's
How much do you personally have?
Okay. You gotta ask that question.
Yeah, you gotta ask those questions.
Budgeting, right?
Because you're giving them allowances. So,
Okay.
how much of allowance did you save? Mm-hmm. How much are you contributing towards
What you
this?
wanna do.
What you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go to this movie. Mm-hmm. All right, the movie is this amount. And then when we get in there, you want popcorn, you want this, you want that. Right. So that's going to be this amount. How much of that are you contributing to? Because you have allowance, and you should be saving.
Right.
You should save a certain percentage. You should, you can spend a certain percentage, but you should never just spend everything.
Right.
So I actually started with this, not even thinking about it. I think I was maybe 18, 19, and I have a nephew.
Okay.
Who is he at that time he must have been maybe 12, 13 years old.
Okay.
And one time, and this is when we lived in New York. So, and I always told him, never go places and have to depend on people.
Right.
Don't even have to depend on me. So we went out. We went to the movies.
Okay.
And when we got to the movies, he didn't have any money.
And you told him not to do this.
And I told him not to do this.
Okay, here we are.
So the lesson that I had to teach him, and now I had a pocket full of money.
Okay, look at you.
And we took the bus there. We were in New York, took the train. So he didn't have money to get back on the train.
Oh, and for the movie?
And no.
Oh, man.
So I treated him to the movie.
Okay. And it's
then
time to get on the
movie,
train, like.
When it was time to get on the train, I decided that we're going to walk.
To teach him a lesson.
Right, to teach him a lesson.
Okay.
So we walked, I would say about 4 miles, 5 miles to the nearest bus stop.
Wow.
And along that walk, I stopped at the store to get me a drink.
Right.
And I know it's probably mean,
right,
but I stopped at the store. I stopped at the store to get me a drink.
Okay.
And to get me a frozen icy.
Right, a frozen one.
And so I knew he didn't have any money.
Right.
But he should have said that before we left.
Right, and that was your point.
And that was my point.
Right.
Is to don't go anywhere with anyone, not even me.
Right.
Not even your family.
Nobody.
And not let them know what your situation is.
So then he learned his lesson.
So he learned his lesson. So by the time he was tired and thirsty,
right,
we were at the next bus stop.
Okay.
So I paid to get on the bus.
Okay.
And from
lesson
that
learned.
point on, that was a lesson.
He never did it again.
Oh, he's done it before again,
Oh.
but. But I just had to teach him that lesson at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, and you got to teach kids, the hard way and the long way. Because had you you already paid for the movie. I'm pretty sure he wanted popcorn and all that. And then you got to pay for the transportation too. You're like, bro, I told you not to do this.
I told you.
Right. And he did it again. A kid being a kid. I guess he was embarrassed, right?
Nah, he wasn't embarrassed. He was just hungry and thirsty.
Yeah. Oh man, different times, right? So with the book, right? So where can people find your book at?
So the book is on Amazon. They can search me as Terence Hover. Just put Terence Hover in. TERENCEHOVER. Put it in Amazon search. It'll pull up the book series.
Okay.
It also pull up. I have coloring books also. And or you can go to the website, which is moneymattersmadeeasy.org.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So what would the reader, both books, you have two.
I have
Right.
two.
Okay, right. Let's show. We can show 'em.
So
Yeah, exactly. Why not? We on this thing promoting. That's what we do. It's time to shine. You
So
know,
this
that's
is
what.
this is the one for kids from 8 to 12,
Okay.
and this is the one for teenagers from 13 and up.
13 and
And
up.
either one of them is good for adults too. So
Okay. And they can do it. So they have like worksheets. And,
yeah, they.
Okay.
So there's 8 chapters.
8 chapters.
And at the end of each chapter is a worksheet.
Okay.
For them to fill out for what they learned from that chapter they just read.
Oh wow. Okay. So they
Yeah.
give them like things to do to get their mind going.
Get their mind going.
Okay.
Because you want to make sure they're reading.
Right.
So and also part of my thought process in making this book is to create more family time between parents and kids.
Oh, like reading to them at night?
Reading, like just sitting down with them and going through the book.
Okay. Word.
Because like I said, it's stuff that adults could,
they can learn too.
they can learn too from
Okay.
it.
Right.
And then not only that, but they can spend more quality time together and learn something together.
Right.
Actually sit down at the table, talk, and go over what they've learned.
Right. With everyone. So what do you think, like, adults, not just kids, because this is also for adults too, like, what do you think as adults is the biggest issue with money?
The biggest issue I would think is that we don't value money. It's $1, but we don't value it.
Right.
Like we don't think about, what we had to do to make that money.